Okay, so this is a module about ranking in maps. These are some of the factors that help rank in maps that I feel after testing, hundreds of websites, GMB listings. Pretty much these are the different the tweaks or the strategies or the steps, whatever you may call it, that I do for 95% of my websites to get them ranked in the map listings. Of course, you can do a couple of more like geotagging and things like that. I'm not going to go into detail because 95% of the time, maybe like a couple of websites I've done a little bit more to get into maps, and maybe we'll cover that in a later video. But here, if you do all of these steps, you most likely will get into the map pack. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's say this is Google, and I want to search for our favorite keyword now, tree service Akron, Ohio. Of course, this is the Google sponsored lead ads, and then this is the map pack, and this is organic. Especially if you're doing lead gen, we want to get into the map pack because that's where most of the calls come from. Of course, now if your website is ranked organic and not in the map packs, you will still get some calls. But if you're ranked in the map pack, ranking in the map pack is really the holy grail of lead gen. That's when the floodgates open and you get a lot of calls. And when you get a lot of calls, obviously you can rent it at a higher price or charge more calls to the business owner. Now, most of the time, when you rank, when you do the steps recommended in this course and you get your website organically here, you will also find your website, your Google Map, Google My Business listing ranking in the Google Maps here. Sometimes you might find it here even before they come to page one, before your site comes to page one. But as and when you go ahead and you do these stuff here, I'll go through them one by one. 99 out of 100, you should get your website over here. Okay. Like I said, very rarely have I done some extra steps and tweaks to get my map listing over here. So let's go over this one by one. The first thing is the on-page optimization of the website. So one of the biggest factors in ranking our Google My Business listing in the map pack for a main keyword is making sure our on-page optimization on our main website, especially the home page, is on point because this website is what we are linking to the Google My Business listing. So that means making sure all of our keywords are in the home page. All the keywords, the LSI, the long tail that we scooped up in our keyword research, we want to make sure it's in the over here. Um, the title tag is optimized. We have a keyword in the domain. All the steps that we went through on page optimization, you want to make sure you go over them. And so on page optimization of the website, helps. The other reason you want to make sure the on-page optimization of the website is to the point is recently Google has started doing something that is basically you'll see it here, right? When I search for a keyword tree removal Toledo, Ohio, if you see the second website that comes here, it says here their website mentions tree removal. Now, this listing itself does not have the keyword removal, tree removal. It has tree services, but it does not have tree removal. But I'm beginning to see that if the website mentions other keywords and we are searching for that keywords, that tends to show up in the map pack, provided the other steps have been completed. And this is a new, at least I'm seeing it pretty recently now. Just a mention here saying the website mentions tree removal, right? So that's one of the other reasons that you want to have a lot of long tail and secondary and related LSI keywords in your home page because that will help ranking in the map pack as well. Okay, another point to have, make sure that the keyword research is on point. Let's just say if you do stump grinding, what happens? So stump grinding is a secondary. It's another service the tree guys provide. Now, if you see here, almost all of the search results change from the previous, and almost all the Google My Business listing names have the keyword stump removal or stump grinding, right? Same thing over here. When I'm searching for tree service Akron, Ohio, oops, I have tree service, tree service, tree service, the keyword tree service. But let's say when I go for stump grinding, let's see what happens. Stump removal, stump grinding, stump is right there. So that's another reason you want to have your main keyword in your Google My Business listing name, and that's why that's the second piece, the GMB optimization. So when it comes to GMB optimization, there's a couple of things I do is, I make sure the name of the GMB listing, which is our company name, the lead gen name, what have you, has the main keyword in it. So in our case, if it's Acorn Tree Service Pros, we want to make sure it has Acorn Tree Service Pros. And then if you want to rank for Acorn Tree Service Pros, having the keyword tree service and Acorn in the GMB listing and the website domain URL helps a lot. And then having secondary keywords like stump grinding and tree removal and things like that in in the home page, that helps a lot because the website mentions tree removal, and we can get this secondary and second, third, fourth multiple keywords ranked in the Google Maps when we do our PBN links anchor text, and I'll go over this in a minute. So that's the thing about GMB optimization. Couple of things I do for GMB optimization. Let me show you what I do is, so this is a test account I have. I have a couple of GMBs here. One's the locksmith niche, it's suspended as you can see. One is the is an orthodontist. It's just a test orthodontist website I had put. I don't think I have the website does not exist anymore. But once you have put up the listing here, just as an example, Google My Business listing, I'm not going to cover about on how you're going to create a Google My Business page. It is a simple thing, and there are tons of videos, free videos in YouTube showing how you can create a GMB page for your listing or to create a GMB listing. But once you have all of this, you can click on, view on maps, and you will probably get let me see. Yeah, so this is how it is, right? You get your listing over here. One of the things I do is I click on the share button and I get the link itself, the Google My Business Maps listing, the Maps URL, this URL, and I copy this basically, and I send PBN links to it. So going back here, if this is the PBN that I'm using, I can probably put a link to uh, that map listing from a PBN. So assuming that this is another PBN that I'm using, I can put in something here. And what I usually do is I will do, let me show you one second. So what I usually do is, I put a line, something like, so this is a tree service company which specializes in tree diets. The company's tree service Acorn, or you can just say tree service Google listing can be found here, right? And I and tree service Google listing becomes the anchor text for did I copy it? I did not copy the exact one, but basically, so basically I copy this link and then I paste it over here, and so now I have an anchor from this PBN linking this PBN links to my Google listing itself. So that's one of the things I do. I don't do too many of it, maybe at one or two PBNs, preferably powerful PBNs, and I boost the map listing. The other thing I can do is embed, click on this embed a map and get this iframe, which is an embed code, and you can embed it. And there's so many different gigs in Fiverr and where you can embed you can have 100 embeds, 200 embeds. I rarely do that, but when I do that, I see some results. But usually, just sending a couple of PBN links to the map itself, that helps a lot. So that's the other thing we can do. Um, so that's links and embeds. Relevantly themed, powerful backlinks. That's what I was talking about. You can send the PBNs Google listing, you can send the PBNs to your money site. You can send the PBNs to citations, like I say here. Bottom line, what we are doing is most of the SEO world knows that citations, social profiles, all kinds of these backlinks help in getting us to the map pack over here. But few of them realize that when you power up the citations that has the name, address, phone number, when you power up the citations, that actually helps boost the map pack, the map listing in the map pack. So one of the things I do, like I was telling, is I have citations built for money sites, and then I also have PBNs. Once the citations and the social profiles are done and you build some trust, you can send PBNs to the money site, and that will move the site organically, right, in this organic SERPs. If you do it the right way with the anchor text strategy that I've taught you and all that. And if your money site is still not in the map pack yet, provided you have good on-page optimization of your website and GMB listing, the other thing that I do is I send PBNs to my social profiles and my citations. So you can send a PBN to your Facebook page, and you can be more freer in using anchor text over here. So you could send something like Tree Service Akron, Ohio Facebook page. This PBN, you can send something like Tree Service Akron Yelp page. So you can use an exact match domain or a variation of an exact match domain. You can use them without thinking or fearing if it's gonna, if it's over optimization. The reason being these are high DAs, and by the time this whatever power you send here, that it's diluted when it goes here, but it still powers up the money side. And then you can send another PBN to the same Yelp page or the YP page or the citation. So you can send 2, 3, 4 PBNs to the citations. YouTube video is a great example. You can put a YouTube video and send PBNs to that, and the YouTube video links to the money site. And then if you still want to have more power, you can do Google Stacks to the citations. You can do Google Stacks to the PBNs. The more far away you get from the money site, if it's especially, so the more how do I say it? So the first layer of links that's linking to your money site, you want to be very, very careful with anchor text ratio, right? But when you're linking, this is the second layer. So this and this would be the second layer because they're linking only to the citation, not to the money site. This actually you're sending it to the money site too. But when you're sending a second layer when you're sending links to the first layer over here, tier 1 links, these tier 2 links, you can be a little bit more aggressive with anchor text, is what I'm saying. You can use even EMDs. And when you go even further down, tier 4, tier 5 links, you can use Google Stacks. You can even try some black hat like GSA and, sprayed with GSA links or FCS network or things like that, which I'll cover in a later video. But basically, the whole idea is you power up the citations, and that will help you move into the map pack. So I hope that helps.